Narcan is the one drug that could save your child's life. In Texas, it's law for all schools to have it on campus. The question is, who is trained to administer it, and have local schools had to use it? Joining me to talk more about this is registered nurse Maria Johnson, coordinator of health services at Fort Bend ISD. I know if you were watching earlier during the 6 a.m. hour, you saw our full report on Narcan and what that space looks like within local districts, your district being one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me.
We appreciate your time. So talk to us, what does Narcan mean to your district, and what does it look like within Fort Bend ISD?
Well, honestly, this is a safety net. You know, if anybody is found in an opioid overdose, this could potentially save their life. It's going to buy us time while we wait on EMS to get there. We have it in all of our secondary campuses, and our goal is to get it at all of our campuses in Fort Bend ISD. It's the law now, but this is something we've been working on since last year.
Yeah, and when we say secondary campuses, that's middle school and high school.
Correct.
You're hoping to get this and working to get this into elementary schools.
Correct.
Why?
I know that seems so radical to put it in elementary school, but you just never know who may walk into a campus that may be suffering from opioid use and may be in a situation, maybe they've taken too much of something. You're finding fentanyl laced in things now. So it's better to err on the side of caution.
Yeah. When we talk about students, you know, I feel like it's part of their journey, right? To at times maybe be influenced or experiment. And so not always, and I would argue that more often than not, when these overdose situations occur, when these incidents happen, they're unintentional. Exactly. You know, these students don't know they're taking a Tylenol for a headache that's been laced with fentanyl. They don't know the vape pen that their friend is passing along has fentanyl in it. And same applies for students in elementary schools. Exactly. They might look up to their older brother, their older sister, and they trust what it is they're doing, and that's when they become vulnerable. They're impressionable.
Exactly. It's one pill that can kill.
Yeah.
That's what they say. And you never know exactly what might be laced with it. Like you mentioned, it might be in somebody's medicine cabinet. Yeah. You know, they might have gotten it from a friend thinking, oh, maybe this will help me stay awake to study, and it's actually laced with something else.
It's really heartbreaking.
It is.
So many people are being impacted by this.
It is.
And it's unnecessary. I know you guys are thankful that you have not had to administer it.
Correct. Yeah.
But obviously grateful to have it in the event that something happens. I know after we had our conversation, I traveled up to Cleveland ISD to speak with their health coordinator, their coordinator of health services and nursing services. And again, they're grateful, they're thankful for it, and they have had to use it.
Yeah.
They've had to use it 4 times. All 4 times have been successful. They've had to administer another part of the conversation that you and I had, more than 1 spray.
Exactly. It comes with 2 doses.
2 doses.
Exactly. 1 dose is only going to last 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So when you have to administer this is an automatic call for EMS services. It's only going to buy you time, like I said. And if they're not there within 2 to 3 minutes, and you have to get that secondary dose, and in a place like Cleveland, that's a lot more rural.
Remote.
You know, it's going to take longer. And, you know, even here in the Metroplex, you know, it could take a lot longer for someone to get there.
Seconds count.
Exactly.
Seconds count.
Exactly.
I know we were talking, you're a registered nurse.
Yes.
In addition to being coordinator of health services. You're also a parent.
I am.
And you were telling me that you have had to have this conversation with your children. And that conversation can look different among different age groups.
It does. I have one that's in middle school now. He just started 6th grade, one that started 9th grade, and one that I just shipped off to college. So the conversation with the college student was definitely a lot different than the one that went into middle school.
Yeah. A little more real.
Yeah. But, you know, just telling her it's out there, and not that I'm trying to put fear in them, but we just never know. And I don't want them to end up in a situation where it could be that they're just saying, man, my head hurts, and somebody says, oh, I have something you can have, and it's that 1 pill that kills. You know, I know that I don't want my child in that situation. I could not live with that, so.
Very scary.
Yeah.
During my report that aired this morning, it'll air again in newscasts throughout the day, we were talking about who is trained to administer Narcan within Fort Bend ISD.
Yeah, so all of our registered nurses, licensed vocational nurses are all trained. We have a registered nurse allotted for every campus in our district. So I can't emphasize the importance of having a school nurse at every school.
Yeah.
We also have our school resource officers, our SROs that are trained, but this is super easy to administer. You know, this is a nasal spray with 1 dose in it. If you had to give it, it comes with 2 doses in the box. You would want to make sure somebody's on their back, dispense the 1 dose in the nostril, and wait the 2 to 3 minutes while someone's calling 911, and then have that backup.
You know, times have changed. This is now it's essential to those life-saving kits we have. I know for folks up in Cleveland ISD, in addition to having Narcan on campus and in training police officers, teachers, coaches, school bus drivers, because a lot of times when kids are experimenting, when they are trying different things, it's on the school bus.
Yeah.
And in those instances, the bus driver is the first one to respond. I asked Lacey Green if students are being trained to administer Narcan, and she said at the time some students have expressed interest, and she's willing to train anybody who wants to learn.
Same.
Yeah.
Exact same. I'm happy to train anyone how to use this because it's so simple to use. I have shown my children how it works because it's so easy, and they know that the campuses have it. You know, and my youngest one being in middle school and my middle one being in high school, they know that it's there and available. They know where to find the nurse if they need to. So they just know it's so easy to possibly save a life with this.
And that's what it's all about, saving lives, as many as we can.
Exactly.
Maria Johnson with Fort Bend ISD, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
it.